your skin. It's really the most amazing ingredient.
People really do notice the hydration of their skin. The farm-to-skin difference only with Beekman 1802.
It's Customer Appreciation Month, and it's all about you. For the entire month of April, we're showing the love to our HSN Card VIPs with exclusive perks like VIP Mondays. Get a special offer every Monday in April. Plus, enjoy extra flex on everything all month long. Not a card holder? No problem. Open an HSN card today and get $20 off your first item. Search HSN Card on hsn.com for all of the details of our exclusive VIP offers. Thank you for being an HSN Card VIP.
It's the foundational formula to good eye health. It's about long-term protection. It's about short-term incredible benefits. It's about sharpness. It's about really taking advantage of key ingredients to make sure that we are looking after our eyes. We talk about popular products like CoQ10 or Healthy Hair, Skin and Nails. Andrew's Ultimate Eye has become truly an annual tradition at the network. When we offer this as a Today Special, everybody jumps on in. I've been taking this now for over 2 years, and I would not be without it. I want to, right out of the gate, let you know what we have and what we are offering tonight, because this is an exciting deal. We look at the pricing chart, you'll see for Ultimate Eye, we're doing a 40 caps, a 120, a 360, and a 720. Okay, so really significant savings. And just to give you an example, you know, normally Andrew charges $159.90 for 360 caps. He's doubling the number of capsules basically for the same price. So that's really attractive. Down here is something else. 360 of the Ultimate Eye plus 180 of the astaxanthin. That's the perfect partner to go along with it, and we'll tell you all about that in a moment. Or the 720 of Ultimate Eye plus 360 of astaxanthin would typically cost $450. Today it's $239, saving nearly as much. Over 6,000 people have already jumped on in. Andrew, our eyes go through a lot. I mean, they are bombarded every day, and especially now more than ever with what we put them through with all these screens and everything. Well, yep. It's more important today than it has ever been.
And that's why most devices now have a blue light filter, and I recommend you go to the settings for your device. It'll usually say screen or display, and put the blue light filter on, because blue light is not the good friend of our eyes, especially long term. Also, blue light interferes with normal sleep. So the last thing you want to be doing is looking at an electronic device, and I've said this before when we talk about our nighttime product. So when we talk about our vision, this product is basic foundational nutritional support for your vision. And it's not something, it's not a drug or a medicine that works on your eyes. And lutein and zeaxanthin, when I first introduced them a couple of decades ago, what we talked about was the role they played in protecting our retina, the macula, the lens of our eyes from oxidative damage, from UV radiation, from blue light, high energy radiation, that it was absolutely essential that we have those components there to protect our eyes over a lifetime. Because one of the issues about our eyes, the minute we open our eyes so that we can see, is the minute we open our eyes to damage. Right. Because radiation causes damage. We see what happens if we leave a newspaper out for a few minutes in the sunlight. Yep. We watch what happens to it. And a newspaper, again, paper is like biological material. It's made from living material, made from trees. So we know the consequences, and our eyes do their best to repair themselves, but only to the extent we provide the nutrients necessary. Also, when it comes to our vision, lutein and zeaxanthin are not just there to protect our vision long-term over the course of our lifetime. They are literally the optical pigments that plays a filtering device. It's kind of the perfect analogy. If you think of those yellow sunglasses you might wear that give you this impression of incredibly sharp vision. Yeah. That's exactly what lutein and zeaxanthin do inside our eyes, but they do it without causing that yellowish vision or without diminishing light that enters our eyes. So it's also essential for the sharpness of vision, the focus of our vision, for the accommodation of our vision, for dealing with glare. In the summer, we deal with glare much more because there's more sunlight, it's brighter. We deal with glare in the morning, we deal with glare at the night, depending on where you live and when you're driving. And even this evening, we were driving up.
Yeah.
From Miami. The glare, we were driving up at about 6, 7 o'clock or so, and the glare was terrible. Lutein and zeaxanthin help us deal with glare and the intense light when you go outside from a more normal lit room and you go outside into bright sunlight, or vice versa. It gives us the ability to accommodate, to adapt to those kinds of changes. But most importantly, lutein and zeaxanthin protect our eyes from the age-related changes that are inevitable. There are normal age-related changes that we just don't escape. I'm not talking about disease or pathology here, just normal age-related changes that we don't escape. And lutein and zeaxanthin are essential to our eyes dealing with that and protecting themselves from that. And then what's fascinating, I said this earlier in the green room, the research that's rolling in on lutein and zeaxanthin, it's almost like the science is so crystal clear about vision and the essential role, the critical role it plays for vision. And we now see optometrists, ophthalmologists, our doctors recommending that we make sure we get that lutein and zeaxanthin that I've had in my products for 20 plus years. But what's fascinating now, where the research is really rolling in on lutein and zeaxanthin, that research is rolling in for the brain. And we'll talk about that in a little while, but basically,
some more benefits.
So if we want to have a healthy aging brain, lutein and zeaxanthin are absolutely essential and critical. That the fact that high concentrations of lutein and zeaxanthin are found in our brain, if we have them in our eyes, also found in our brain, it's not an accident. Things don't happen accidentally in our body. It absolutely serves a purpose in our brain to help support and protect our brain over the course of our lifetime. So we'll talk about that in a moment. And we should also probably mention astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is available. We could say astaxanthin. We'll talk about this, that astaxanthin, we have the bundles of astaxanthin for the large size. But if you just want to buy astaxanthin, and astaxanthin is the other carotenoid that penetrates the blood-brain barrier, the other carotenoid that also delivers its benefits to our eyes, especially when it comes to those issues of accommodation. That astaxanthin is also available separately. But most importantly, the lutein and zeaxanthin, the ultimate eye, that is the foundational product for our eye. And that's the most important. If we go back to that graphic, the ultimate eye, well, actually now we're going to the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin. Well, we could stay there. It's fine.
It's musical chairs. We'll get back to it.
Because I wanted to cover the 3 products here. So if we start with Ultimate Eye Support, this is the foundational product. You take 1 or 2 capsules daily. I take 2 capsules. It's an expensive product, so if even at today's special pricing, if your budget is an issue, even at 1 capsule a day, because it's so high potency, even at 1 capsule per day, you're still multiplying the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in your diet probably by 3, 4, 5-fold, maybe more. Especially in terms of zeaxanthin, probably 10-fold. So even at 1 capsule a day, it's an amazing product. As I said earlier, even at 1 capsule every other day, it still is delivering more lutein and zeaxanthin than you're getting from your diet. And the other thing to remember, of course, green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, even things like peas, broccoli, asparagus, they're a great source of lutein and zeaxanthin. So it's not just to rely on a supplement. We could also do well with our diet. Zeaxanthin's just difficult. I'll show a chart in a moment that talks about that. But while we're talking about lutein and zeaxanthin, and of course on that graphic there, the 360 and 180 and the 720 and 360 you see at the bottom, those are the bundles with astaxanthin. So you get your 2 large size of lutein of Ultimate Eye with your 2 large sizes of astaxanthin, your choice of bundles so you could save even more. That's the most popular configuration. So you either get Ultimate Eye on its own, and you have a choice of 4 sizes, or you could get the 2 largest sizes of Ultimate Eye bundled with astaxanthin. And then we'll go through all this, and then I'll start digging into the charts and the science because it's so exciting. Then next we'll talk about astaxanthin.
Yes.
So astaxanthin, normally, astaxanthin is available only as the bundle with the 2 large sizes. But because I heard your complaints that sometimes if you bought the 720 last year, we do this one time a year, and you take one capsule a day, you still have one more year to go. So you still had your Ultimate Eye, but you ran out of astaxanthin. So here's your astaxanthin. If we could get the graphic up on astaxanthin.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's coming. There we go.
There we go.
It's working slowly tonight.
So
it's late at night.
In the world of technology, we're used to immediate gratification. But so now you could also get your astaxanthin just on its own. And where astaxanthin is at its very best, if you know someone who is gaming on a computer, who's constantly working on a computer, between the blue light and the accommodation issues where you're spending too much time with one focus, we were not designed as human beings to spend 3 hours looking at a computer that's 18 inches away from us. We were designed to spend a lifetime mostly with a focus afar, looking out in the world. But now we spend most of our life looking here, then we try to look afar, and we struggle to focus. So astaxanthin is at its best when it comes to that kind of focal accommodation. Lutein and zeaxanthin, great at dark light accommodation, which we'll talk about in a moment. But then, the other product I wanted to mention, this was another product that, and if hopefully you get the sense that I try to be very responsive to your requests. So many of you, including my doctor friends, have requested that I do a separate lutein and zeaxanthin booster. And because, again, in our Ultimate Eye, there's 15 other ingredients.
Right.
And to get lutein and zeaxanthin in a booster form as affordably as possible, and that's what we've done here. So each small capsule, and where are the small capsules of we don't have any of the small capsules of the lutein and zeaxanthin here. So, but each of the small capsules, we just have the astaxanthin and we have the Ultimate Eye. But the lutein and zeaxanthin, it's a little soft gel. It's going to be here somewhere. But all this is, each capsule is 12 milligrams of lutein, 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin. Our Ultimate Eye with the other 15 ingredients, our Ultimate Eye, that product delivers 10 and 5 per 2 capsules. So this really is a high potency booster at 12 and 6. And there we go. And that's kind of a cool color.
It is. Now, why is it that color?
Why is it that color? Because that's the natural color.
Why is the sky blue, Andrew?
That's the natural color of lutein and zeaxanthin. Lutein tends to be very yellow. Zeaxanthin is a bit richer. But again, the reason why it's that color is because it's so concentrated. In that one capsule, there's nothing else in there but the 18 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin.
Fabulous.
And part of the reason it becomes so much more affordable is because in their concentrated oil forms, they're even more affordable. The reason why in Ultimate Eye, it's a 2-piece powdered capsule, is because of the other 15 ingredients in the product. So what you have here is an opportunity with maximum lutein and zeaxanthin to, whether it's follow your doctor's instructions or just simply have that booster of lutein and zeaxanthin. Even again, if you took it every other day, you took your Ultimate Eye on a daily basis, the perfect foundation for your vision, for protecting your vision and supporting healthy vision, and the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, even if you took it every other day as a booster, it is an incredibly powerful booster.
So they are our 3 today's specials.
Right.
Obviously, the primary focus tonight is going to be our Ultimate Eye, which you can get by itself or bundled with the astaxanthin, which is, of course, what most folks are doing. I started 2 years ago, and I think for many of us who have started to see kind of the passage of time with our eyes not maybe responding as well as quickly, the accommodation, the sharpness, not quite as good as it used to be, you start to realize, well, maybe I need to do something. Andrew's Ultimate Eye product, whether we look at the reviews, whether we look at certainly the experiences of those that have been with Andrew for a long time, works. The question I had for Andrew, though, when I started 2 years ago was very simple. Is it ever too late?
No, in fact, the research talks about the older you are, the more opportunities you have. Plus, we tend to, as we get older, those normal age-related changes that affect the macula of our eye, the retina of our eye. And I'm not talking about a disease state here. I'm just talking about normal age-related changes in our eyes that none of us will escape. Unfortunately, the very use of our eyes, just like moving around, wears out our joints. We know, just as the sunlight and UV radiation damage our skin and causes skin wrinkling, the same thing happens to the tissues in our eyes that affects, and again, the impact on structure, that affects function. So the way our eyes function changes. And to the extent our body has the tools necessary to protect itself, and our body desperately needs those tools because we don't get them from our diet. That's what lutein and zeaxanthin provide. And just a quick summary of what the product does, and then we'll start digging into the science. We'll start digging into some of the reviews, but helps protect the retina and macula of the eye from normal age-related changes and oxidative damage, which is just life. Helps combat normal age-related changes in clarity, density, and thickness of the lens of the eye, absorbs harmful blue light, and protects the macula and retina from ultraviolet from UV radiation, protects healthy vision, healthy visual accommodation and night vision. There's a good chart here. Where is it? Well, first we'll show this. If you think that lutein and zeaxanthin are available in our diet, readily available, as I say, they sort of are. Well, at least with lutein, lutein's pretty available.
Okay.
Half a cup of cooked green peas, a half a cup of collard greens, 2/3 of a cup of cooked spinach, 1.5 cups of raw spinach. Unfortunately, we typically don't eat that way.
Right.
So we're really not getting those on a regular basis the way most Americans eat. We don't eat an abundance of the foods. And even when you look at things that we think is a good source of lutein and zeaxanthin, orange juice, 46 cups. And this is to equal the daily dose in Ultimate Eye. Romaine lettuce, 7 cups. Wow. Cooked corn, 3 2/3 cups. And corn is not a bad source.
Right.
But zeaxanthin, and the best source of zeaxanthin is cooked corn, 6 cups. Collard greens, a great source, but it's 15 cups. So zeaxanthin, which is the most important of the two, zeaxanthin is very difficult to acquire. And certainly if you could get to the level of 1 or 2 milligrams a day, that would be great. But if you look at that chart, the typical American probably gets to about 1/4 of a milligram a day. So we don't get sufficient amounts. Then I was going to show a fun chart here that shows the accommodation. Oh, wow. And this is something where lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin have their best impact on visual accommodation. And visual accommodation is the ability of our eyes to adapt to a change in focus. And if you look here, this is basically the ability to accommodate. So it's a measure of accommodation diopters. This is age. Okay. So as you move to the right on this chart, we're getting older. So of course, this is sort of an area where you don't notice anything. Once visual accommodation starts getting around 2 or 3 diopters, we're starting to notice things. And if you look across this chart at 2 or 3 diopters, where are we? Oh, we're 48 years of age, right between there. And as we go past there, that's when it sort of bottoms out. So again, there's no changing the fact that the quality of our vision changes. And the quality of our vision changes partly as a result of the way we live and partly as a result of what we provide to our eyes to protect themselves. So again, our Ultimate Eye is the ultimate foundation for healthy vision. With lutein and zeaxanthin, also with ingredients to protect night vision, also with ingredients to protect healthy circulation to your eyes. That's the ultimate foundation. Our astaxanthin in the bundles, that really helps with visual accommodation if we're spending too much time in front of computers. You could read the reviews. It also supports healthy cardiovascular health, which all of these ingredients have other benefits. And with lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, also great science talking about the brain. And then, of course, we also have our Maximum L+Z, our lutein and zeaxanthin booster, which maybe I'll let Adam go through all the pricing on these so you understand what we're looking at.
Well, because there's a lot of exciting things here. So just to clarify, to Andrew's point, lutein and zeaxanthin we have to have. These are non-negotiable. We have to have them. Our body is not making it, and typically in our diets we're not receiving it. So we need a product like the Ultimate Eye to give us the lutein and zeaxanthin. So if you want the Ultimate Eye, here are the options. You can choose a 40 caps, a 120, a 360, a 720. Pricing, I mean, look here, for example, I mean, really remarkable. You're getting double the amount for the price that you would pay on the 360. So significant savings. So that's those for the Ultimate Eye Today's special. Down here, we have the bundles, the 360, 720, married together with the 180 or 360 of the astaxanthin. Now, I love what Andrew just said. Yes, it's a dynamic duo. They work very well together, but I would recommend somebody to choose the Duo if you spend a lot of time on your phone or your tablet or the computer screen. Astaxanthin is going to be really valuable to you as well as many other benefits. So the bundle Duo down there is really important, especially, Andrew, if you break down the if purchased separately, significant savings.
So in these, it really is important to mention that lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin are, if we looked at the hundreds of different ingredients that we find in my products, the vitamins, the minerals, the botanicals, if we look at all of those ingredients, the top 5, those 3 are in the top 5. We're talking about ingredients that are either thousands of dollars a pound for their active components or tens of thousands of dollars a pound. Lutein's the least expensive. It's still thousands of dollars a pound. Zeaxanthin's even more expensive, probably 10 times more expensive. And then astaxanthin is even more expensive than zeaxanthin. So unfortunately, these molecules are extremely expensive and they're very similar. And their similarity in structure, it goes directly to function. You look at these as being these long molecules that are almost perfectly symmetrical, meaning that if you rotate them around, say, a central axis, you see it has almost like it has 2 heads.
Yes.
And if you look at all of these, this central component is identical in all of them.
Right.
And even the heads on either end are almost, but not quite. Zeaxanthin, these are stereoisomers. So these basically on a chart like this look identical. In a 3-dimensional representation out in nature, they will look different. Because nature molecules could exist in a 3-dimensional form. Sort of like the best analogy for why these two are different, but the same, is if you wear gloves, your gloves look identical.
Right.
But your right glove won't work on your left hand.
Right.
That's because in 3 dimensions, they're different. But if you look at them in 2 dimensions, they look identical. So that's the difference in the 2 stereoisomers that we have here of zeaxanthin. And lutein, again, lutein is basically an identical molecule. And astaxanthin almost looks like an identical molecule. Just slightly different with the 2 double bonds of oxygen, which makes astaxanthin potentially of the 4, the most powerful and protective antioxidant of the 4. But ultimately, as Adam was saying, they're sort of non-negotiable. If you look in your eyes, the macular region of your eye, which hopefully you've heard about, it's the most important part of the retina of our eye, and the retina of our eye is where images are formed. If you think of old cameras that had film in them, the retina is basically the film in the camera. If you didn't have film in the camera, you're not taking pictures. If your retina is not populated with lutein and zeaxanthin, your retina does not have the optical pigment it requires to do its work and to protect itself. And so, again, lutein and zeaxanthin, they are part of, when you look at the back of the eye and you look in your retina, the retina is going to be a yellow spot. The macula is going to be a yellow spot. And the macula is macula lutea. Macula means spot. Lutea means yellow in Latin, so why is it called a yellow spot? Because that's what the pigments impart to it, that color. And again, they're not just there to protect your vision long term, they're there to perfect your vision short term. That you can't have quality, sharp, focused vision without adequate amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin. And I should read some of the science because the science is the most exciting, as are the reviews and compelling part of all.
And Andrew, this science, that, you know, going back to lutein and zeaxanthin, if we were to rewind to earlier products, you know, in a vision product, it would be vitamins A, C, and E, and that'd be just about it, right?
Well, in fact, in vitamin A, vitamin A was, we used to talk about beta-carotene, and beta-carotene played a very important role in vision in the developing eye, but it doesn't play an important role in our vision once we're adults. The critical carotenoids that play a role in our vision are lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, and they play a critical role, not again because they work on our eyes, but they are our eyes, they work in our eyes. And again, I'm going to grab some science charts here because that's the most compelling part of all.
It's priceless. I mean, we have to invest in ourselves. That's the one thing that I've always taken away from Andrew, is to take a step back and say, what am I doing for me? We have to look after our eyes. We have to do what we can to show our eyes some love. And with Andrew, we know we're buying a product that delivers ultimate potency and purity with the essentials that we need to give us our best shot. Long-term benefits, yes, but as Andrew said, and what was remarkable to me, short-term benefits as well. So I see the difference, literally I see the difference product, there's no doubt. So pricing, let me explain to you, because we are very, very, very busy, and it's a thrill to see that. Obviously, once a year we do this. This pricing will not be available after today, so only while supplies last. If you want the ultimate eye, we have a 40, a 120, 360, or 720. Absolutely go for that as a comprehensive foundational product. You cannot beat it. Normally $300 for the 720. Today, I mean, basically half off at $159. It saves you $140. The bundle is creating a lot of curiosity. The astaxanthin that you can bundle with this is available by itself as a separate today special purchase, or together with the larger sizes. There are a lot of benefits to astaxanthin, but if you are somebody that spends a lot of time on the phone, on the tablet, sat in front of the computer, that will deliver wonderful benefits. Right, Andrew?
Right. And what I was going to do, I'll just read some reviews first, because that tends to be everyone's preference. And yes. I've heard some complaints that I don't read reviews enough, because not everyone goes online to read the reviews, which I encourage you to do on a product, on all of these products. The maximum lutein and zeaxanthin doesn't have reviews yet because it's brand new, but it's basically an even more concentrated source of just lutein and zeaxanthin. So of course, Ultimate Eye is a comprehensive formula. It's kind of like your multivitamin for your eyes. Right. It's a more comprehensive formula that doesn't just support lutein and zeaxanthin, which supports your vision, your accommodation, but also Ultimate Eye contains ingredients for night vision and the anthocyanins that are important for night vision, also for circulation to and from the eye, which is also critical. But just, we'll read some reviews here. Doctor was amazed. I've been using Ultimate Eye support for many years and went to the eye doctor every 2 or 3 years for my checkup. And it was about the 7th year that the doctor told me that my eyesight kept getting better and better each time I saw him. I told him what I was taking, as he was amazed at my progress. Thank you, Andrew, for all the work you have done and are still doing for better health in all of us.
Amen.
By the way, we don't add the capital letters. We don't add the exclamation points. We take them exactly as the reviews are. Great results. For the past several years, I've experienced a decline in my vision. Then I started using this product. My eye doctor says that my eyes have never looked as healthy as they do now. I have gone from not being able to see anything clearly to being able to enjoy TV, use a computer, and read on my tablet. I depend on Ultimate Eye support and never miss a day taking it. This is the one supplement I never want to be without. From Agnes in Illinois. Positive results. I'd been taking Ultimate Eye support for nearly a year. I had my routine yearly eye exam this week. My doctor exclaimed, "What are you doing? Your eyes are improved from last year." At age 67, I was hoping to just slow down the aging process. I was shocked that I had an improvement.
There you go.
Best eye vitamins on the market. My husband had eye issues some years back. He is 68 years old now and was told back then to be using an eye vitamin. Then the doctor said to find a vitamin with lutein. Our doctor recommended these vitamins, so we ordered a small bottle first. We're now, after 2 years, up to the 720 capsule bottle and will not be without it. It has helped my husband's eyes, and his issue has not gotten any worse, and he seems to be seeing clearer. Our whole family takes these now. From Debbie in Missouri.
Fabulous.
Actual positive results. I went to the ophthalmologist today for pressure testing. I've been going every 6 months since starting these vitamins. My doctor said my eyes were much improved. I have noticed that even my night vision is better than it used to be. Again, we provide ingredients for night vision. Anyway, today my doctor said that I could go for 1 year before having to come back to repeat tests.
Wow.
I've been using these Ultimate Eye Support vitamins for 1 year and will never be without them. They produce actual, measurable, positive results. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for such a quality product from Katie in North Carolina. The best. I've been taking the supplement for years. Every time I get my eyes checked, the doctor comments on how healthy my eyes are, which, by the way, we should go get our eyes checked at least once a year to just see what's going on with our eye pressure, see what's going on with our retinas. That's important.
Great advice.
In fact, my eyesight has gotten better. That's why so many reviews talk about doctors, because we do go to the doctor about our eyes. In fact, my eyesight has gotten better, requiring new eyeglasses. It's amazing stuff. I will never be without it. Thank you, Andrew from Rosie in Florida. Great product. Each year, my eye doctor informs me my eyes have improved because of this vitamin. I take many of Andrew's vitamins. I've had great success with each one. I've had many friends and family now taking these vitamins as I've told them my results. Thanks, HSN and Andrew. I've been taking this for years. After several years of taking this, eye specialists have all said how healthy my eyes are. One even remarked that I had the healthiest eyes she had seen all day, including the 20-ish guy in the waiting room with us. Well, I haven't been 20-ish for about half a century. So I said, well, I guess the eye vitamins have helped them. And she agreed. So thank you for helping my eyes be in good condition. And they are so good that the doctors agree that I can hold off on drops for the pressure. Again, don't do that on your own. Let your doctors talk to you. My father had glaucoma, so I keep a close watch on my eyes. This is another reason to trust Andrew's products and information. Thank you, Andrew, from Patty in Virginia. A must-have daily. I've been taking this Ultimate Eye Support for a very long time. I'm going to be turning 80 this year, and I've had my eyes checked once a year. My doctor is pleased with how healthy my eyes are, and I told him I have been taking this product. I will continue to do so until I'm no longer here. Thank you, Andrew. We'll do one more. Best eye checkup ever. I've been taking Ultimate Eye Support for the last couple of years. I just went to my eye doctor for a checkup. He was amazed that at my age, my eyesight was great. I will definitely keep taking these miracle vitamins.
That could be you. That could be you who's reading and writing the next review. I mean, you just saw a variety of reviews from people of all different ages. Measurable, noticeable, seeable difference. It's never too late. It works. If you do one thing for yourself today, buy Ultimate Eye, because I'm telling you, you will be overwhelmed. Pricing is affordable. Not only is it affordable, it's the most affordable of the entire year. Andrew has really delicately gone through lutein, zeaxanthin, how expensive these ingredients are, how important they are. If your eye product doesn't have them in, it's not doing you or it justice. So if you just want to get the Ultimate Eye, obviously, that's a wonderful way to go. A comprehensive formula. As Andrew said, it's a multivitamin for your eye. Try a 40 caps. Don't be ashamed or shy or scared to try a small one. Go for it. If you're new to Andrew Lessman, try it for the 40 caps. It's only going to be 20 bucks, less than $20 with the savings, and it'll be worth every penny. We have a 120, a 360. Because it's a one-time-a-year offer, Andrew does special sizes. So we do have a 720 caps. Okay, normally it will be $300. Today it's under $160. It saves you nearly as much as you're spending. Saving nearly as much as you're spending. 5 flex pay is available, 6 if you use your HSN card. We recommend you take it every day because we want you to have the results like we just saw. The bundles are if you're choosing the larger 360 or 720. The bundle will include astaxanthin. That's an extra partner, which is really the dynamic duo, which is certainly going to help if you use a lot of screen time. It's going to help support that, as well as many, many other things. Significant savings. These are premium products, folks. And as you know, Andrew is unapologetic and uncompromising in the quality, the integrity of everything that goes into it. It all has to be pure. There can be no bad stuff, artificial stuff. So only the best for us will do. And Andrew, as you always say, economies of scale today allows us to offer the best pricing.
Well, when you have ingredients that are very, very expensive, it's one of those things, you have an opportunity when you order a lot of them for a today's special to save. So that's why this day once a year is our opportunity. And especially with our special maximum lutein and zeaxanthin as a booster. Even if you are going to take Ultimate Eye as your foundational product and take 1 capsule per day of that, and then take 1 capsule of astaxanthin or 1 capsule of maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, whether every day or every other day, that would be, with the Ultimate Eye as your foundation, that would be a perfect way to go, because mind you, even at every other day on the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, you're adding 12 and 6 every other day. And with these carotenoids, that's the same as, say, taking, what would it be, 6 and 3 every day. So again, you could do that. You could fit it into your budget by using and structuring these products creatively. As I said initially, you don't have to take 2 capsules of Ultimate Eye to benefit. At 1 capsule a day, it's still dramatically high potency compared to the levels we get in our diet. And even at 1 capsule every other day, it's still far higher than we get in our diet. I was gonna just read some charts on the science. I'll read a few basic ones on lutein and zeaxanthin that deal with the importance of our eyes and as we age, and then basically how critical lutein and zeaxanthin are for our vision today.
Yes.
What I often used to say in the past about this product, human beings love immediate gratification.
Right.
So it was hard to offer a product that I was saying you were taking it for the age-related changes that are inevitable. We tend to worry about the things that are right in front of us, not the inevitable future. But I think with our vision, we do pay attention. But in a moment, I'll be reading charts that talk about its importance for quality of vision today. But if we just read here, this is from the Gerontological Society of America. That's easy for me to say. And gerontology is the study of aging.
Okay.
Gerontologists are physicians that specialize in the aged and aging. Lutein and zeaxanthin are xanthophyll carotenoids, and they're the primary constituents of a protective substance in the eye called macular pigment. They are it. It is part of our macula. It is part of us. Right. It doesn't work on us. Right. It's part of us. Higher intake of these nutrients, either through diet or supplementation, has been associated with an increase in macular pigment, obviously, and there is evidence that they may slow the progression of age-related changes in the eye. From the Eye Health Foundation, consumption of fruits and vegetables containing lutein and zeaxanthin may be linked to reduced eye health problems associated with the normal aging process. Not may. Journal of Ophthalmology, recent clinical trials have determined that age and diet-related loss of lutein and zeaxanthin enhances phototoxic damage to the human eye. Okay. As we get older, we have less lutein and zeaxanthin, while supplementation of these carotenoids has a protective effect against photo-induced damage to the lens and the retina. So, seems rather straightforward. Whoops.
The evidence is there.
Journal of Ophthalmology. And what I've tried to do is get from all these different journals, because it's standard science. Unfortunately, beginning with middle age, antioxidant protection is depleted, and this leads to the formation of age-related changes in the eye. Journal of Ophthalmology. Increasing the intake of fruits and vegetables high in lutein and zeaxanthin has been found to retard age-related changes in the eye. In addition, here we go. Supplementation with lutein and zeaxanthin has been very effective at restoring these important ocular antioxidants, because unfortunately, we don't eat the fruits and vegetables to deliver them. From New Frontiers in Ophthalmology, the role of lutein and zeaxanthin in the eye health has been further supported by some epidemiological studies. Those are big studies with big populations reporting an inverse relationship between lutein and zeaxanthin intake and eye problems, particularly age-related eye problems. So what does that mean? Inversely related. As lutein and zeaxanthin levels go up, eye problems go down. Directly related would mean that they both go up together. So if you want basically what they're saying here, eye problems to go down, increase lutein and zeaxanthin intake. Several controlled intervention studies have also indicated that macular pigment density or dietary supplementation with lutein improves parameters of visual function such as visual acuity, glare recovery, and contrast sensitivity. Here's a few charts, sorry, there. Please. I just want to grab some charts here because this talks about more present benefits, and we have hundreds of these. The rationale supporting a role for lutein in cognitive function is based on the following observation. So here we're talking about the brain. Lutein is a predominant carotenoid in human brain tissue in early as well as late life. Primate retinal lutein concentrations, i.e. macular pigment density, are related to brain lutein concentrations. 3, macular pigment density is related to cognitive function in adults, meaning that macular pigment and cognitive function are directly related. Less macular pigment, less cognitive function. Lutein supplementation in adults improves cognitive function. So now we're not even talking about improving vision. We're not talking about protecting vision. We're talking about improving and protecting cognitive function. Again, from the Gerontological Society of America. Importantly, it has been discovered that lutein and zeaxanthin are in the human brain, and it was also found that a higher concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin in the brain was associated with better cognitive function. We found an independent positive association between plasma concentrations of both lutein and zeaxanthin and performance on 3 of the 4 domains assessed of global memory and executive function, with a significant association also evident between zeaxanthin and the processing speed composite score. And basically, I'm sort of smiling to myself because I'm thinking of, for decades, I've been offering lutein and zeaxanthin, initially to protect our vision long-term. Currently, we get to talk about the sharpness, acuity of our vision, the quality of our vision, how well we accommodate bright and dark and night vision, things like that. Now, I get to talk about it, and just because the science now has revealed how important lutein and zeaxanthin is for brain and cognitive function, doesn't mean that everyone who wasn't getting it who was getting it over the last 20 years wasn't getting those benefits. So as I've often said, when it comes to drugs, they're generally warning you about side effects, or you find out about them later. Yep. When it comes to my products, all you end up finding about are benefits that we didn't know about previously, because these are just natural components that are part of the God-given blueprint in our body, critical for healthy vision, protecting that gift of vision, and now also protecting that gift of cognitive function, of memory, concentration, mental acuity.
So in summary, lutein and zeaxanthin, if we're not taking a product like this, we're not getting enough, because in our regular diet, we're not really receiving it. So that basically is telling us we need lutein and zeaxanthin now, not just for our eyes, but for cognitive function, for brain function. If you are not ordering this and you're not taking a product with lutein and zeaxanthin, we're doing ourselves a disservice. That's why it's so important. I'm conscious of the time now running out with only 5 or 6 minutes. This is the only time this year I'll be here doing this, folks, with Andrew, because it's a one-time-a-year deal. This isn't a little saving, it's an extremely large discount because this is extremely expensive ingredients. Let me show you with the Ultimate Eye Support right there. Well, let me give you a breakdown. 41, 23, 67, 20. If you just want to do the Ultimate Eye, as Andrew said, a multivitamin for your eye. Tomorrow, the pricing on the 360 will be $159.90. Tomorrow, the pricing on the 720 will be $300 and worth every penny.
And I was going to say, for what's in there, when you look at the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, both stereoisomers of zeaxanthin, which we've always done, when you're looking at all the bilberry extract, or the black elder extract, all of the anthocyanins for night vision, the ingredients to protect healthy circulation to your eyes and from your eyes, when you look at all of those components, it's a bargain, and once a year becomes an even greater bargain. And again, you could take advantage of the Today Special and use it how you see fit. You could take 1 capsule a day or 2 capsules a day. You could take 1 capsule every other day. You could then supplement it every other day with astaxanthin or with the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, which we'll talk about at the end of the hour. So again, it's up to you, but today is the day to save and to give this gift of health that we have, the gift of the components your body needs, because you can't do it on your own. Right. And the way we eat doesn't give these critical nutrients that we require. And if we don't get them from our diet, there are consequences. And just as the charts I read said, that it is absolutely clear that lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet are directly related to eye health and inversely related to eye problems. More lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet, better vision health, better eye health. Less lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet, the opposite. So it's very clear that we want to eat a diet rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, green leafy vegetables, peas, asparagus, broccoli, things like that, which typically as Americans we don't do. So then supplementation becomes critical. And again, if you look at this product as a 1 capsule a day product, which is still an incredible formula at 1 capsule a day, it's affordable.
And I don't want anybody, because this is really key to me, when I first presented this with Andrew a couple of years ago, there's a lot of folks at home that might say, I don't know, forget about it. You know, I'm 75, I'm turning 80 next year, what's the point, why bother with it? As Andrew said, some of the research has shown that even in later stages of life, the results are extraordinary. So it's never too late to start. Please, please, please bear that in mind. Those reviews that we read were from people 25 up to 85 years old. I mean, it's incredible. So today is your day to do it. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Andrew's products are quite simply the best in the business. And I appreciate you, Andrew, because now, no pun intended, I see so clearly with you explaining it, showcasing lutein and zeaxanthin, we gotta have them.
And we do this in April because sunlight is the biggest source of damage. Even if you wear sunglasses, you still have to be concerned about UV radiation, blue light. You know, when we drive our car, you know, the glass doesn't protect us from all of the UVA and the high energy radiation. So we just need to be aware. And then simple existence. The blue light from 90%, 95% of the lights now around us, LED lights, give off blue light. So we have to be aware of that. And I just was going to read one chart here, just because or a series of charts, just because it talks about lutein and zeaxanthin and the quality of our vision and our experience of vision. So not just long-term benefits and beyond even for our brain, but here from Journal of Food Science, it seems clear that macular pigment does influence visual performance through at least a few optical mechanisms. The most robust effects appears to be related to its actions as an optical filter. Macular lutein and zeaxanthin, for example, improve visual performance. For example, reduce glare disability and discomfort, speed photostress recovery, go out into bright light, how long does it take you to adjust and adapt, and enhance chromatic contrast. Better quality vision has better contrast, better photostress recovery, and less glare disability. Through purely optical means by absorbing shortwave light anterior to the foveal cones. So we know why it works, we know how it works, and it's been observed, and this is from Progress in Retinal and Eye Research. Results showing that retinal lutein and zeaxanthin reduce glare disability and discomfort, reduce photostress recovery times, and enhance contrast are significant. Macular pigment improves glare performance through absorption of forward scattered shortwave blue light. Basically, to be a safe driver, you should be taking lutein and zeaxanthin if you're not getting it in your diet. The idea that retinal lutein and zeaxanthin can improve glare is based largely on a basic filtering mechanism. When intense light enters the eye, it can cause discomfort, disability, and temporary blindness due to photopigment bleaching. The latter two, in particular, are reduced by simple filtering of scattered light. There's more charts talking about this, but you know, when we drive, I mean, I saw tonight, there are periods where if someone walked in front of your car, if another car pulled in front of you, you wouldn't even know it until you hit them. I mean, it's very important that we wear sunglasses that enhance our glare or reduce our glare disability. But here we are, a natural ingredient present in our diet that improves our ability to deal with those things, which is not just about having good quality vision, but about being safe and driving safely.
Well, with that in mind,
and one last thing, I just want to say, and just with night vision, I didn't read any of the reviews and any of the charts on night vision, but there are literally hundreds of reviews talking about night vision and Ultimate Eye. So again, very important. And then for just a moment, I just want to show the graphics on astaxanthin. And then we'll talk about the maximum L plus Z for a moment.
And we're going to bring up the chart for the astaxanthin as well.
Astaxanthin, astaxanthin, the 180 and 360 of astaxanthin are available with the large bundles of the Ultimate Eye. So that 180 and 360 of astaxanthin, you can save even more and get it with the large sizes of Ultimate Eye. And that's the way we always did our Today Special for the last 7 years. But I heard your complaints, criticism, is that some of you weren't due to reorder Ultimate Eye, but you were due to reorder astaxanthin. So for those of you, we now have all 4 sizes of astaxanthin at today's special pricing.
Would it be fair to say kind of supercharges the bundle in terms of Ultimate Eye if you get the astaxanthin as well?
They're all the 3 carotenoids, as I showed before. Molecularly, they're very similar. There's subtle differences. Each play a different role in your eye and a different role in your brain. But as you said, the 3 together gives your body all of the natural, as I kind of say, whether it's Mother Nature or the God-given blueprint, however you prefer to look at it.
Yep.
It's what our eyes were designed to require for us to have healthy vision today, our best vision today, and healthy vision for the rest of our life. So that's the astaxanthin on its own. And then I wanted to just briefly talk about, it's kind of going back to our Ultimate Eye. The 2 most important ingredients in our Ultimate Eye, this doesn't have any of the other comprehensive ingredients of Ultimate Eye, but it just focuses on lutein and zeaxanthin. It's for you, those individuals, those of you out there whose ophthalmologists or optometrists said that you had specific issues that required even more lutein and zeaxanthin. So what we did is we did an ultra high potency single capsule, small capsule of lutein and zeaxanthin. 12 milligrams of lutein, 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin in each small capsule at an incredible today special price. So for those of you who say might be taking 1 capsule a day of Ultimate Eye, but you want even more of that lutein and zeaxanthin, that's where the maximum L plus Z comes in, the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin. And say if you're taking your 2 capsules a day, I take 2 capsules of Ultimate Eye. I take 1 capsule of Max L plus Z. Most days, sometimes I'll miss a day, but most days I'll take 1 capsule of that, and I take 1 capsule of astaxanthin every day.
And pricing on that one, we have 4 different sizes that you can choose. Again, the first time ever being made available, and coming out right out of the gate as a today's special, the 30 caps, the 60, the 120, and the 240. Normal pricing is here. That's what the pricing will be tomorrow. If you're ordering tonight, you get it for this. Even the 240 is under $100. That saves you $80, and that's on 4 FlexPay. If you use any regular credit card or if you use an HSN credit card, it goes to 5 FlexPay.
This was just like sort of like an extra today special that I literally added just, we probably made this for the first time. In fact, I hadn't seen the finished capsules until tonight.
It's that new.
It's that new, and it was in response to requests, and I just found out we only have 1,000 of the large size left.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna have to do some scrambling to make sure, because I think a lot of people are like me, and a lot of people have heard this from their doctor, that yes, you want your foundational eye product that gives all the comprehensive nutrients that your eyes require. But many of us want to take that extra lutein and zeaxanthin, because lutein and zeaxanthin, they are defining of the macular region of our eye. And as exciting as the research is for our vision, in terms of our protecting our vision, in terms of supporting the best vision and dealing with glare and photo stress recovery, all those things, going from bright to dark and dark to bright, adapting more quickly, the research on the brain and how lutein and zeaxanthin levels are directly related to improved cognitive memory, all the different measures of cognitive function, of mental function as we age. It's just another reason to make sure that we're taking good care of our eyes with lutein and zeaxanthin, because it means we're taking good care of our brain.
And just to echo what Andrew said, as we stand here at the moment and with the surge of folks on the phone lines, we are now well under 1,000 left in the large size of the maximum L and Z. As Andrew mentioned, a lot of people wanted this, had asked for this. It's those 2 key ingredients in a wonderful, ultra powerful form. So if you do want to get it, you might be some of the only folks today that will be able to receive it. Again, larger sizes under $100. It feels good to do these things for ourselves.
And again, because Ultimate Eye is so potent, and the Max L plus Z gives you so much lutein and zeaxanthin so affordably, it probably is a very good idea if you really want to maximize your budget. Take 1 Ultimate Eye per day, and then you could take one Max L plus Z per day or every other day.
Okay.
And then you could take your astaxanthin if you want to add that in every day or every other day. So it really gives you by introducing this, we allow you to focus on what you want to focus on and do it as affordably as possible. Certainly, if all of these fit within your budget, then all you simply do is take your Ultimate Eye, 2 capsules per day, and you could take 1 astaxanthin and 1 Max L plus Z. If you want to start making it more affordable, you could pull out that 1 Ultimate Eye and then perhaps go every other day, if need be, with the Max L plus Z or the astaxanthin.
Andrew, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because while you were talking, I took one just now, because I've not had Max L and Z before.
And again, it's important to remember, this is 12 and 6 per capsule.
Right.
That are Ultimate Eye, it's a powder capsule, it's not as efficient to deliver. And in Ultimate Eye, you're getting 10 and 5 of lutein and zeaxanthin per 2 capsules. So right here, you're getting 12 and 6 per capsule, which is why it's why I called it the perfect booster. So you get your foundation with Ultimate Eye, you get that out of the way,
yeah.
And whether you take 1 or 2 capsules of that, and then very affordably, optimally affordably, you optimize the levels and boost the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin with that 12 milligrams, and that's 12,000 micrograms. So a lot of formulas speak in micrograms, and they talk about 200 or 500 micrograms. That's 12,000 micrograms and 6,000 micrograms. So that's 18,000 micrograms of lutein and zeaxanthin per tiny little capsule here. And they're really cute little capsules. They're kind of pink.
Yes, they are.
They're so concentrated. It's sort of the combination of the yellow and orange that you get sort of that kind of an orangish red color.
Beautiful color. Yep. HSN HQ is giving me updates as Andrew is talking. We are down to the final few hundreds in some of the sizes. I know our team are going to work feverishly to add 2 during the day, but you might be some of the only folks to get it. I'd like to ask on your behalf at home, Andrew, would you mind maybe when you have some free time, not that you do have a lot of free time, but maybe on one of the blogs, maybe lay out, if I buy all 3 products, how I might be able to mix them up?
And it's very simple. We've got 3 products here. Astaxanthin is by far the most expensive. So that's the one that I always say that it's the most challenging to a budget. So where we really start is with Ultimate Eye.
Yes.
Because Ultimate Eye is the foundation. And you could start with Ultimate Eye with 1 capsule a day. Optimally, it's 2 capsules, but as I said, because it's so comprehensive and so high potency, if your budget dictates, 1 capsule is perfectly fine. And then because Max L plus Z is so high potency, you could take 1 capsule a day or 1 capsule every other day. And combined with that foundation of Ultimate Eye, you're perfect. You've got it done. And then, of course, if you can afford it, astaxanthin is such an important and protective carotenoid, I would add it. Even if it was every other day, 1 capsule, I would add it.
I mean, just great information. So the today's special, as you know, you can get the bundle of the Ultimate Eye and astaxanthin, right? We do the bundle, we get those 2 together. Now, if we just add in maximum L and Z, maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, we're good to go. We've got everything we need for long-term protection, for short-term benefits, sharpness, accommodation. Those of us that are using our phones and tablets and PCs and laptops all the time, those of us that aren't really, in terms of, we're struggling a little bit more when nighttime falls, or we struggle a little bit when we go from far sight to near sight when daytime, nighttime. You know, it's age-related. Obviously, the challenges of time. As Andrew has shown in this past hour, lutein and zeaxanthin, this stuff right here, is what is so important, and we're not getting it. Our body can't make it.
And it's lutein is readily available if we eat an abundance of green leafy vegetables. And it's got to be the dark green leafy stuff, or things like broccoli, which is green, asparagus. We can get lutein. Zeaxanthin is hard. And zeaxanthin is also the most important. If you look at the macular region of our eye, the very central region, and that's responsible for the central core of our vision, that central region is principally zeaxanthin. And it doesn't take a lot. I mean, if you're getting a few solid milligrams every day of zeaxanthin, that makes a profound difference. But the typical American diet doesn't even give us a few milligrams, doesn't even give us a milligram of zeaxanthin daily, the typical American diet. So again, perhaps it's a wake-up call to shift your diet around a little bit. And at home, what we always make for a snack We take some olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and we saute up some spinach.
Fabulous.
It's like, it's a yummy snack. It's great for your vision. It's great for your eyes. And also lutein and zeaxanthin also are very protective for the skin as well. So again, because they absorb UV and high energy blue light. So again, the most important of our 5 senses is our vision. The most important probably organ in our body, I always say the liver is the hardest working, but if the brain's not working, nobody's home.
Right.
Again, we're not really consciously living our life. So lutein and zeaxanthin, not only critical for protecting our vision, for giving us healthy quality vision today, but also absolutely essential for cognitive function, maintaining our faculties, supporting our brain and maintaining the faculties as we age. So lutein and zeaxanthin concentrations aren't extremely high in the brain by accident, just because, you know, the eye and brain are closely related structures. Lutein and zeaxanthin are most concentrated in the eye. Oh, okay. Why not in the brain too? It seemed like just a related coincidence. But when it comes to the way our body is built and organized and designed, there are no coincidences. And we now know that lutein and zeaxanthin are absolutely critical, as is astaxanthin, to the long-term health and function of our brain as well.
Every one of the bottles now in the hundreds left. So Andrew's going to be back later today. Hopefully by then we'll be able to secure some more, but I don't want you to be without. Max LZ has been a huge hit. And I think of all the things you said, Andrew, the surprise to me has been the cognitive function aspect.
Well, it's something I've always known, that the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin were extremely high. And I always assumed that there was a reason for it, but it wasn't until the last several years, and I'll read more of the research tomorrow, that the research has rolled in with a vengeance, where it is absolutely crystal clear that there is a clear association between the lutein and zeaxanthin levels in our body, in our eyes, and in our brain, and our retention